So I was in Toronto. My mother took me, a few places on vacation business trips with her. They wasn't like vacation. They all went vacation. Most of her trips was business trips. I was just along for the ride to Toronto, to New York. By her being an entrepreneur, she sold jewelry and purses and watches, jewelry, glasses, at Detroit summer festivals. And we made a nice little profit every summer in Detroit because of those festivals. So we would go to New York and buy, all that cheap stuff they have down there. They be selling. But we weren't buying clothes. Maybe some sweatshirts and t-shirts. But the t-shirts and sweatshirts, not hoodies, sweatshirts, because, they really weren't wearing hoodies in the 80s. They was wearing sweatshirts. But they would have characters on it like Bart Simpson, the 90s, 80s, with a Donkey Kong chain on it, Snoopy with a Rolex watch and a Donkey Kong chain with a Fila hat turned to the side, shit like that. They turned the cartoon characters and made them hip-hop-ish. With the donkey big gold chains and the watches and the jewelry and the Fila, hip-hop, Run DMC and LL Cool J Kangos and stuff, Those t-shirts, they had those prints on the t-shirts and the hoodies. We bought a lot of that stuff. That's the only clothes that we had. We didn't have no pants or jeans unless it was a jogging suit. You may have a jogging suit that had like Fila down the leg of a regular old school jogging suit, but iron on Fila and iron on Fila on the chest and the characters with their hip-hop-ish apparel on. And we would go to Canada. Toronto. Not Canada, Toronto. That's the difference. I know it's the country, Canada, I understand, but Toronto. Not Ontario. We would be in Toronto. We'd take the train to Toronto. And my mother was good in security because she ran the boutique downtown next door to Hudson, and across the street from Hudson it used to be this boutique that she managed. Boutiques. The black guy she was working for had a bunch of them down there. And she managed them. He trusted my mother to manage them. She's real good with large amounts of money. She know how to count really, really good. She must be Egyptian. It must be in her blood through her DNA, because she got some math that's off this planet. I know I do something when I concentrate. Anyway, we was in Canada. Toronto. We was in Toronto. And you gotta be, this is why I'm speaking about this. This is the main reason I decided to broadcast this here episode of Watch Your Motherfucking Kids. They'll kidnap your kids in Toronto. They'll push their ass on one of them subways. They don't know where they at. It's a different language. I mean, it's pretty much the same language, but it can get different. It can get foreign. It can get very foreign in Canada. You don't know where you at on how to read the maps. But I think I would have figured that shit out. Me personally, I'm like, shit. I don't know what type of nigga you think I am at 12, but I'm brilliant. And then I was looking at the guy because she kind of, you know, she worked at the boutique, so I'm just familiarizing you with her keen sense and shit, how she sees shit. Now I'm over there fucking around by the subway. She over there, cause they sell a lot of shit down at the subways in Canada and Toronto. You be in the subways, it's all type of boutiques and shit downstairs in the subway area. It's a lot of shit. You can buy shit. So she over there focused, you know, ain't paying attention to the kids. You over there looking at all this shit by the subway. Turned your back, and the kids paying attention to that motherfucking subway train, cause they ain't never seen no shit like that. Damn, it's nice too. It's clean. It's nice. It's fast as a motherfucker. Everything a kid wanna see. This white guy got next to me, and I guess, you know, she got that sixth spider sense shit. She know motherfuckers around me that don't need to be around me, even when her back turned. So she turned, cause I'm paying attention to her too. I thought I was, and she looking and shit on the side of her eyes and shit, and she, you know, kind of motion towards me, like, watch out for him. And I looked at him like, cause I know there was this white guy next to me, and he was about to push me on the train. When the door opened, he was getting ready to push me. She caught his ass. Because when she signaled to me, that motherfucker next to you, and I looked, and I could see his body language, he was just getting ready to push me. But what he didn't know is, I wasn't the average 12-year-old. I would have fucked him up so bad. For real. I'm like a superhero. At 12, I fought grown men and will fuck them up impressively. When I was in elementary, I was beating up niggas in high school. And I stayed off Joy Road. These niggas went to Mackenzie. And you don't really get to more harder schools than Mackenzie and Cody. I know. And Finney. And like, what about Person and Cooley? We pretty boys. We may look like we motherfucking tough. We is tough, but we tough because we go get guns. We too pretty for all that fighting shit. I ain't no fighting. You don't need to get these motherfucking brand new feelers wrinkled up. There's no need to get this polo torn. Wrestling with you niggas. There's no need to get these brand new Jabos with grass stains and dirt marks on it. When I got this motherfucking pistol, you know, Persian niggas, Coolie niggas, Detroit shit. It's Detroit shit. But I moved over to the McKenzie neighborhood for a couple years, and I had to motherfucking let out my Samson skills. You know, Samson. You know, like Hercules and Samson. Samson, the strength that God gave you, that inner strength, the blessing, royalty strength that you don't know what the fuck, that shit. Like I said, I was in the second, third grade beating up niggas in the high school. I never started no fight. I just had to defend myself because, you know, I was little, skinny, little nigga too. I was real skinny. And they, you know, thought they could do with me any way they wanted to. And they could really say what they want to. But as long as they didn't put their hand on me, that's when it became a whole different situation. That's when it became physical. When it became physical, that's when I was forced to thrash their ass. So, of course, this white man didn't know that shit when he was about to push me. And I was thinking, I still remember that shit like it was yesterday. Because I was just talking about Canada, the trip in Toronto. But I remember this story with this experience where this white dude was just getting ready to push me on the motherfucking subway train. And I don't know if y'all paid attention to all these kids that was been missing in Canada, black kids. And, you know, those two things rung a bell. Ding, ding, ding. A lot of black kids is being abducted. And it just reminded me of this white dude that was getting ready to push me on the motherfucking subway train. I was like thinking like, you know, he gotta be a dumb motherfucker. Like, I'm not gonna get off the train. What is he thinking? Like, what, he was gonna try to hold me? That would have been the worst mistake he would have made if he would push me on the train and then start trying to grab me and shit. I'd have pieced him up so quick. Bing, 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 bing. And would have been out that door before it closed. I promise you. And then I would have been mad that I didn't really fuck him up because I didn't have time. For real. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I'm just as good at fighting as I am at basketball. I'll tell you that shit. I promise you. I mastered motions. I wanted to box. Really, really bad. I really wanted to box. I'm so good with these motherfucking hands. I wanted to box. I really did. But my mother wouldn't let me. And I was like, Mom, you ain't got to worry about them hurting me. She's like, no, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about you hurting them. I'm like, what the, you know, you my mom, why are you worried about me hurting them? She's like, cause you not gonna know when to stop and what happens if you kill one of them fighting, what you gonna do then? And when she said that, that's when I said, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So that's the reason why I didn't box, cause I'd have killed one of you motherfuckers in the ring. I'll talk to you later.